types of commandments. We learn that there's two types of Torah that I learn. The Torah that's easy for me and the Torah that's difficult for me. Because I know that when I come into this world, I have to do something that's uniquely for me. And if I just go with what's easy for me, I can't really correct myself. I can't really bring myself to a higher place. So I do what's easy for me because it gets me going, but then ultimately I take on the things that are difficult for me. So we've asked each bat mitzvah to take upon themselves two commandments. One which is easy for them, something they may be doing already. If I'm lighting Shabbat candles once a week, I'm going to start lighting. If I'm lighting it once a week, then I'm doing great. If I light them once a month, I'm going to light twice a month. If I don't light at all, I'll start lighting. If I go to synagogue once a month, I'm now going to go twice a month. That's on the easy one. I'm working for a charity, I'm going to work for more charities. That's easy. Now what the difficult one, that each one has to individually decide for themselves. Where's my tikkun? Where do I need to correct myself? Where deep in my soul do I need to improve myself? And that each individual has to decide. I told the Benot Mitzvah, there's no need to, this is a total personal thing. Whoever wants to share the mitzvot you took upon yourselves, fantastic. You don't want to share, fantastic. But that, in addition to calling the Torah. Now some people have said to me, but wait a minute, what kind of bat mitzvah is this? You joking? They get called to the Torah? My son and daughter had to work 4 months, and they had to work really hard. And what is the quickie bat mitzvah? And I say no. I say the most important thing about mitzvah is becoming called to the Torah and being part of the Torah, having your verse in the Torah, and taking upon yourself mitzvot. That we can add to that a great party, that we can read the Haftarah. It's all about really what's inside. It's not what's expected of me by my community or by my rabbi or my synagogue, what I'm expected to do because everyone else is doing it. Maybe because I wanted to do it, maybe because I do. But here, what sets all these mitzvah apart, they're here because they want to do it. This is out of pure will, and a pure will to get closer to God, to take this. Now, we spoke about, I love calling this group Benot Shmona, the girls of 8. And I probably explained before, we know that the origins of 8 happens to be in the creation of the world. You know that God created the world in 6 days, He rested on the 7th day. But when we have the holy covenant with God, which is symbolized by the circumcision ceremony, that's on the 8th day. And that teaches us that 8 is above nature. Now, can anyone tell me another famous Jewish holiday of 8 days, which is above nature?
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. And why is Hanukkah 8 days? Because it was a miracle, right? But here's something you might not know, and I hope this resonates with you very strongly. We learn in the Torah that before we ever had a Beit HaMikdash, before we ever had a holy temple, where unbelievably I can touch this stone, which fell from the second holy temple, which I can't even believe I'm doing. Even though I'm doing it physically, mentally, I can't even comprehend. But the truth is we didn't start with the temple. Does anyone know where we did start? What was before the temples? Anybody? The tabernacle in the desert, right? The tabernacle that was built in the desert, the Mishkan, was the forerunner of every holy temple. It was the first holy temple. And before we had our own land, it was a nomadic temple. When we got our people back, it became the temple. And why are we so connected to that? Not only because we can come here and we can actually feel and know that after the destruction, we're now on our way to rebuilding it, but you wouldn't believe when they consecrated, when they made the first sacrifices of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle, of the first temple. How does that Torah portion start? It says, and I'm not making this up, it says, Vayehi bayom hashmini, and it was on the 8th day. The 8th day represents the tabernacle, it's above nature. The 8th day represents the holy temple was above nature. And 8 represents a group of people who may or may not have a connection to Israel, who decided, despite great odds and bad advice from their friends and watching CNN, to say, you know what, I'm doing this now. And why am I doing it? Because I need to do it. Because somewhere deep inside me, I need to connect. I need to reconnect. And for me, that's Yom HaShmini. That's above nature. That's not within it. So everyone here is really giving themselves a big mazel tov that you had the courage and the foresight and got in touch with yourself to come here for this amazing, hopefully life-changing experience. So now, in order to conclude, you know, as Jews, you know, we're concerned about Jews, but we're also concerned about the whole world. And even though it might not look so good now, eventually we want to bring peace to the whole world. So we're going to sing a song for peace that hopefully a lot of us know. Oseh shalom b'mromav, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu, Yaakov Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu, Yaakov Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu, Yaakov Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu v'yachol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu v'yachol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu v'yachol Yisrael. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, and siman tov. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, and siman tov. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, and siman tov. Yehelanu, 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 Olecho Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Olecho Yisrael. David Melech Yisrael. David Melech Yisrael. Now we're going to end off with the Aleinu prayer, which is how we end all our prayers. Let's all sing together. Aleinu l'shamei Adonai hakol, v'atei kedula v'aseh breshit. Shelo asanu k'goyei ha'atzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama. Shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, ve'gol aleinu k'chol hamonam. V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim ve'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yekaro b'shamayim v'imaham, u'shkinat tuzah begavei meromim. Hu Eloheinu Enoch, Emes Malkeinu Efer Silato, Kakatuv V'Torato, V'yadadayom V'ashemota Elevavecha. Ki Adonai Hu Elohim, B'shamayim imach, v'yaharet, v'yaharet, mitachar Eimot, Eimot v'nemach, v'haya Adonai l'melech hakol haaretz, v'yom hahu, v'yom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shema, u'shema, u'shema echad. Mazal tov, mazal tov.